Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Daily version of the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Coach Scott. That's new. I'm going to have to get used to that, huh? So, I told you guys yesterday I was taking the USA Triathlon Level 1 coaching certification exam. That's a mouthful, but that's what I was taking. A big risk yesterday telling you guys that, because if I failed, I don't know. It kind of would have put a big X, on my forehead. What does that idiot know? He failed the coaching exam. But yeah, I got a 97, so a little bragging rights. It's pretty good, 97. Tied Laura Stebbins, by the way. She got a 97 as well when she took it a while back. And feel really good about it. I do have to take my CPR certification exam. That comes on Saturday. Looking forward to do that. I've done CPR certification like at least 2 or 3 times in the past. It's so frustrating that I have to take it again. It really is. It's just one of those, you got to be certified, and then you have to, do your education, whatever. What do they call that? Continuing education? And, I just don't, what's different? Heimlich is the Heimlich, whether it's today or 20 years ago. But, I'll get that done on Saturday, and then the coaching certification will come right after that. Man, I can't wait to kind of jump in on that. With both feet and get moving, but I kind of got to make sure that I'm ready for it. Got to make sure I have everything in line and in order. I do have a few people lined up already. That's really cool. The first one is Stephanie, by the way. Stephanie is training for the Marine Corps Marathon. By the way, today is July 18th. We are 10 days away from Ironman Lake Placid. I got to tell you guys, I'm feeling really good the last couple days about this. I feel really good. Don't know why. We'll see how I feel when I get to the beach that morning, but hey, 10 days away. I feel pretty good. Tapering is going well. I did my 30 minutes of yoga last night. I had to skip the pool, had to skip the swim. It did rain. We had thunderstorms here last night, and the pool was closed. There was just no way I could get that in, but it was optional. So I'm happy with getting the yoga done. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a second. Stephanie has started training for Marine Corps Marathon. Her and her friend Aura were down here in the basement this morning in the gym. They were doing their, they had a cardio workout today. So they were doing that. If you saw me on Zwift this morning, by the way, that was Stephanie. That was not me. So that's why I was going so slow. Sorry, Steph. Then again, she's using my profile. It was, and it's in there as a 219-pound male. So, she is having to push a lot of weight around on that bike. She did a good job getting those workouts in, and she's got to get herself ready. She's got 100 days. That's right. I know a lot of you guys out there joining us in Washington, D.C. for the Marine Corps Marathon. Can't wait to get out there. Can't wait to meet a lot of you and see a lot of you. We got, a lot of people staying in the same hotel. Really, I can't wait. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a blast. And Stephanie kind of just started training, and she's doing really well the last week or so. So, going to have to put together a good plan for her, make sure she gets to that finish line 100 days from now. That being said, for me, my situation is a little more pressing. I only got 10 days. We've been working at this a little longer than Stephanie has, I think. So we're in a little bit better shape. Hopefully, things go well for me in Lake Placid. Schedule-wise, we're going to be a little bit all over the place. Now, I got an interview tonight. I think I got to double-check with Ben Hinton, try to get him on, try to catch up with him, see where he is with his Olympic dreams and how those are kind of shaken out over the past few months. We're due for an update with Ben. Next week, I mentioned we're going to talk to Denny Cray. Looking forward to that as well. All the podcasts will be as normal until Thursday. Thursday is our escape day. We're leaving for Lake Placid next Thursday. So until then, everything should be normal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kick out a podcast on Thursday morning or not. We're going to have to play that one by ear. Obviously, my road game is terrible. So really, you're not going to really hear from me too much on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We drive back on Tuesday. And then I just booked a flight for me and Sam to go visit my dad, her grandfather in Sarasota, Florida on the following Thursday after that. So we have a lot of weird scheduling things going on, a lot of plans. And the podcast is just going to have to kind of weather the storm here while we're in and out and all that stuff. We obviously will be checking in on Facebook and Twitter while we're up in Lake Placid. I would like to take a lot of video. I'm going to leave that up to Sam. That's her project when we're up there, is to take a lot of video. She's fearless with that camera, man. I do not take pictures very well, but she's fearless with that camera. So I'm looking forward to having her up there and maybe shooting some video for us that we could put together for something for our YouTube channel, which has been kind of bare lately, other than the podcast. So I like getting that stuff done. I like doing those little added things. And we'll see we just got to actually do the work, which is tough. I'm actually sitting here staring at the board. The board I put together 2 days ago. It's just a list of all the stuff that we need to do to be ready for the next, kind of like the next level of ordinary marathoner, whether it be the ordinary marathon virtual race, trying to expand that out. We've got our own website now for that. It is just about finished. I mean, you can go on it and check it out. It's not 100% done. It is probably about 90% done. Looking forward to that. When that's up and running and fully functional. We have we're putting together a website for Team Ordinary, which is going to be our new team concept that we're rolling out in the next few weeks. We're going to be reaching out to some of you guys when it comes to that and that concept, and hopefully, get a lot of people involved with that. That's going to involve obviously the coaching part when I finally get certified and we're able to move forward with that. So a lot of parts of this stuff are all coming together, and it's all coming together right at the time I got to do my redemption race, my Ironman Lake Placid. Really busy around here, but I feel good and I feel productive. I said to Stephanie the other day, I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm getting nothing done, and I'm just spinning the wheels and nothing's getting done. And then I take a step back and I'm like, well, wow, I did that. I took the exam. I'm going to CPR. I did all this other stuff. By the way, I'm training for an Iron, all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, not so bad. And I don't know why. I feel like maybe because I'm busy all the time, and I feel like I'm busy doing nothing. Does that make sense? I don't know. But, I took some time the other day. Now, I signed up for Zwift about, October, November of last year. So, probably about, 8 or 9 months? All right, 8 or 9 months ago. And I was looking at some of this stuff. And now, mind you, this is all my indoor Zwift riding, and that's all it's on here. But it says I've ridden the equivalent of 2,038 miles, a total of 5 days and 11 hours, a total elevation of 110,000 feet, and I've burned enough calories to eat 222 slices of pizza. So that's pretty good stuff. That doesn't include, I did a couple rides on some other platforms that I have on my computer. I did, a couple rides. I tried to ride the Mont Blanc course before I went up there. I tried to ride the Lake Placid course a little bit the other day. So I've done all my outdoor rides. Those aren't on there. That's probably another 500 miles in total of more mileage. So, you're thinking I've probably done anywhere between 2,500 and 3,000 miles of bike riding since last year. I've lost 15 to 20 pounds. I shouldn't have any reason to be nervous going into this thing. My swimming in Mont Blanc was much better than I've ever done. So I think I'm at this place right now where there's no reason for me to lack confidence going into this race next Sunday. There just isn't. There's no excuse for not feeling positive about what I've done, the work I've done. There are little things that are gnawing at me. My weight obviously is one of them. I wish it was down another 15 pounds, but nothing you can do now. I do feel like I've bulked up a little bit, a little top heavy. There's nothing I could do. It's like either you strength train or you don't, and I don't feel like I'm strength training to gain muscle. It just, I think there's partly a genetic thing, and I don't know. I'm just predisposed to getting bigger up my upper body, which is not something that you want necessarily for triathlon, but what can I do? It's either that or don't strength train, right? And I'm not going to do that. So, here's what it is. So the weight isn't going to go down or anything like that. I do wish, I wish I would have had a little bit more of a set training program the last 2 months. I did kind of let that kind of like slip through the cracks a little. I was all regimented and had a really good plan. And then I just let it go to crap. And I just was like, I'd come on the podcast and be like, hey, what am I going to do today? And I would make it up on the spot. Oh, well, I'm due to do a ride, or I'm due to do a run. Maybe I'll run hills today. Maybe I won't. all that stuff. It just the last couple months it really fell through the cracks with making a training plan, and that's kind of on me, and especially on me since I want to do this coaching thing. I've just been really busy and really, it's been really crazy, and I feel now with the baby, with everything, I got excuses, but I don't want to, let's not use them. Let's just say I don't have a training plan. I didn't have a training plan the last 2 months, and I wish I would have. I think I would have done more brick workouts. I went through some periods of time where every week I would do like, a brick or 2 bricks, even if they were small. And then I kind of didn't do them last month. And how do you go into triathlon without doing a brick workout in the last month? It's not smart. I mean, granted, I guess you could say that Ironman Mont Tremblant 70.3 was a brick workout, right? But that's about it. That's all I've done. That's all it is. So, just, a couple of things in there that I wish I would have changed. And that had I made a plan, I would have been able to follow that. And instead, I kind of let it slip through my fingertips the last few, I would say 6 to 8 weeks. Not exactly the time that you want to let things fall through the cracks. But, again, it wasn't like I wasn't training. I didn't do the optimal things that I should be doing, if that makes sense. I could have used my time a little bit better. And again, it's not going to cause me to have too much doubt going into that starting line. I'm kind of already visualizing it. And I think that's key. And I wish I would have done a little bit more of this in Canada, because I don't think it cost me anything other than when I sat at that starting line waiting for that gun to go off and waiting for my turn to go in the water. I just got really nervous, and and I think part of that was hangover from the last try I did was a DNF, right? And part of that was just kind of like that hangover feeling of, hey, the last time I did this, I didn't finish. And it felt really awful. And who am I to think that now I'm that much better here? And then I put in a really good performance, better than I expected. So I think the lesson there is not to doubt myself. I've done the work. I've done enough, certainly done enough to finish. It's just a matter, I think, visualizing. And for me, it's visualizing. There's 2 sort of parts to this. And one is the start and how my brain is, wired for the start. Because I think I need to attack this race a little bit more. I need to feel a little more aggressive at the starting line. I got to stop feeling like I don't belong, and got to start feeling like, all right, this was your race. This is what you wanted to do. This is why you registered for this last year. You're ready. And I think I am. I just have to feel that way on the starting line. I think that'll help me. It'll be a benefit. And I think that the other part I need to be prepared for is that first time. And I don't know when it's going to be. I know I've been kind of focused on that turn after the first loop on the bike, and whether or not, that's a very easy out right there, to stop on the bike. And I'm glad I'm saying it a lot. I know I've said it probably like 4 or 5 times the last couple of weeks, but I'm saying it for a lot for a reason. Because, in the very least, I mean, I want to be mentally prepared for that. I would like to get to that point and be like, yeah, I'm out. See ya. Hey, here, let me get my gear bag, see if I need anything, my special needs bag, get my nutrition all filled up and ready to go, and then I'm out, and I'm ready to do loop 2. That would be optimal. I think scenario 2 would be I get there and I'm not really feeling great, but I kind of just will myself out of the transition area and get back out on that second loop because I have to. Or maybe I have, just in the mindset, like, hey, maybe the mindset should be this. Maybe it's, go at a decent pace, don't race that first loop. I mean, I got to conserve that first loop, but maybe what I should be thinking as soon as I leave, that transition area, that special needs bag, when I'm ready to go for my second loop, I should be thinking, all right, now it's time to beat that first loop. Let's beat that first loop. That would be a good frame of mind to be in. If I could be in that frame of mind at that point of the race, I'm doing something right. Then it'll feel really good. And I think the third option would be, man, I really don't want to go out there, but I've been talking about this damn turn 4 or 5 times on the podcast the last few weeks. And if I quit now, I mean, that's what I told myself I was going to do. And I'm just kind of like self-fulfilling prophecy right there. And in the very least, knowing that I said this and that I'd be a big old chicken, we'll go with the word chicken. If I don't go back out and at least try, that might be enough in a pinch to get me to go out. Don't quit on the on that turn. I'd rather be pulled off the course with not having done the loop, not having finished it in time and meeting the cutoff. I'd rather be pulled off the course than being told, than quitting, basically. So that's all the mentality that I got to prep for, I got to be ready for, and that kind of thing. And I feel really good about at least having a plan. Last year I didn't have a plan. Last year it was like, let's go out. I'm probably not going to finish. And, I was defeated before I even put a foot in the water, This year is going to be much different. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm working on. And we'll see how things go on race day, but I'm kind of excited about it now. I'm getting a little optimistic, and I'm feeling good. And we'll see about how the chips fall on race day when we get out there. I did have some other things I was thinking about talking about today. I'm going to kind of put those to the side because I don't think they're really positive. I've actually tried to put this podcast together a couple times today. It just hasn't been working, but we're going to go with this for today. We're about 15 minutes in, so I think we're good. That being said, hey, I got to get my work done. I did my my half-hour yoga yesterday. Today I have strength training and bike training. I'm going to be doing probably about an hour on the bike later today. And still tapering. That's all part of tapering, guys. When I do the strength training, I will be reducing the weight on the bench and all the other exercises. Now is not a time to risk injury, but it's also not a time to risk losing that strength by not being consistent. We talked about consistency. That's how it is. That's how I feel right now. Feeling pretty good. And let's see how things go. 100 days until Marine Corps Marathon. All you guys out there that are meeting us, that are running. Look forward to meeting you guys in 100 days. And remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it today, guys.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.